We no afraid, we no see no one where we afraid of. We no afraid, we no see no one where we afraid of. Yeah, this is Everton Blender, and it's all about the young police from Jamaica. Seeing Young Police Channel. Big up yourself, Everton Blender said that. We no afraid, we no see no one where we afraid of. Blessed love, Rastafari.
Yes, welcome to the Jamaica Young Police Channel. To our loyal viewers, subscribers and Patreon member. At the channel, we are a group of law-abiding citizens who believe in the rule of law and respect the rights of every citizen, but not the ones who do not subscribe to such behavior. We do believe in and support preemptive strikes because they save lives. This is a logical conclusion because preemptive strikes save lives and prevent the further loss of lives. We are all about saving lives at this channel. We at the channel aid criminals with a passion and do not want them over here. We do not want your views, your subscriptions, your likes or your comments. Please go elsewhere where the red carpet is waiting for you. Over here, we want you to go to prison or the departure lounge at Madden. Moving on to today's video. So the reason why we know we're touching our stateside in America because there's so many things that's going on right now in this world, and you're looking at the man. Yes, I'm a veteran of the United States military, and I can tell you when I just came to this country and was able to vote after your transition from resident to citizen. I registered. I'm a George Bush man. I'm a registered Republican. Yeah, man. George Bush is my president. He's not perfect, but I love George Bush, even to this day. The reason being because the man not play. Although he's not perfect, but as I said, if I like president, I have one of the greatest respect for him. But every one of them faults. So now you're looking at a guy now who represents the same party. Donald Trump. Donald Trump is the first American president to disrespect the military. And we attack veterans, and got almost half of their votes. So let that make sense. So that's why we're telling them, we attack with some police and them thing, and people living in America. And Donald Trump remind me of the, Donald Trump supporters and remind me of the PMP, LGBTQ plus criminal organization supporters. Most of them can't think. Them vote against them own interests. They're ignorant, illiterate, super illiterate too. I tell you, them create all words and all them things. You have to scratch it out to wait a word name like that. I tell you. Yeah, there's so many things on YouTube to expose all them illiterate and all them evil. Yeah, so you have to just, you have a one name, crooks and liar. If you go to hear someone, you learn some things and you want to left these people are real American because them dumb, like stone. Yeah, so as we tell you, Donald Trump in them all years, him disrespect everyone in America and around the world. So some people have him say he's a traitor. And if you can think, you would have come to the same conclusion. Because all God's word, this makes sense to me. Russia is always American enemy. Oh, a man align himself with Russia. We are showing the people them, it's just like how the PMP do anything for win. Say they have a guy named Kevin McCarthy in a Republican Party, and him know that Donald Trump was on the take with Russia, and him get the chance when him could have out Donald Trump, kick him out, when time them impeach him, forget the troops rally behind and impeach him, and him never do it. And Donald Trump finally get rid of him. But that for sure is it's when people, when it's all about them, me, they don't care about, because Donald Trump is not an American, he don't love America anymore, he love himself. He not love the party, because Donald Trump was a Democrat. What's it going on? Just like how Baby Trump was a Labourite turned PMP. So we are showing, how people can just hide themselves for years. You understand? So, that's sad. So Donald Trump, the former US president, stands as one of the most controversial figures in modern American politics. And to many, he represents a profound threat to the democratic value that forms the backbone of the nation. So, growing up in Jamaica, I experienced firsthand how the leadership of past US presidents like Jimmy Carter and Ronald Reagan play a crucial role in shaping the trajectory of my island, Jamaica, and steering it away from the grasp of communism, driven by the influence of the USSR. Most Jamaican, we don't say goldfish them gone already. USSR, which are Russia, was all of these countries in Eastern Europe where them, pretty much invade and bad them up and use terrorism, white country. And that's how them create a union, USSR, a communist bloc. Yeah. And then them have them satellite island, Cuba. Through them influence through Cuba. So during those years, over 2,500 young Jamaicans were trained in guerrilla warfare, the use of weapons, and even the creation of explosive, all aimed at destabilizing the nation and aligning it with the communist ideology. Yeah, so if it wasn't for America, Jamaica would be like Cuba right now when time them can just turn off the internet and control the narrative. All people feel live like that. God never want to live like that. But America although America have the embargo against Cuba, China, one of the biggest when it comes on to violating people human rights, China, and that's why we always said that makes sense to we. Oh, China become one of the world superpower when China are communist. But that for sure you say, just hypocrisy. It's just all about money, exploitation of Chinese people. Them I tell you, God, them are a real slave. That's why you can't get things cheap. You understand? And the same white people exploit them, but although them exploit them, Chinese them become rich. Because China them can't see them love save. And like black people, as they make money, them start buy Gucci and them domicile. You understand? So these, and whether or not you want to believe it, I know most black people don't know that, is same Africa, bring China in the international fold. And you know why them do it? Because of the hatred of the white people, because of the things that white people have done to our people. Yes, the people in Africa. Enough people don't know that, and you go back. As we say, well, if you come over here, you not learn anything at the wrong channel. And the reason why the African them did that is because of the exploitation and the evil that the white people them, the Europeans have done, and the Americans to the people them in Africa. So that's why them voted the United Nations for bring China in a fold. But in I see China not really reciprocate love per se to the African people by showing them love. All them try to do is try to exploit them and try to thief them country from them. You understand what I'm saying? So nobody don't love black people. Black people love everybody and nobody don't love we. You understand? So these leaders, Jimmy Carter and Ronald Reagan, these leaders helped save Jamaica from being overtaken by this tide of communism. Fast forward 2016, and we witnessed a stark contrast in leadership when Donald Trump ascended to the US presidency, not through the will of popular vote, but a mechanism called electoral college. This system, which many consider outdated and undemocratic, allowed Donald Trump to claim victory despite the majority of Americans voting against him. It's a scenario that's highlighted the dissonance between the American people's choice and the outcome shaking the very foundation of what democracy should represent. So right now, we are doing even another video about that, for sure. You say what the Supreme Court did the other day, they just open up a Pandora box and to bite them. You understand? So the irony deepens when you consider that the same Russia, formerly the USSR, no one never know that the US presidents like Ronald Reagan once stood firmly against, has now found a way to seep into American politics. Ronald Reagan's famous challenge to Mikhail Gorbachev to tear down this wall. He said, tear down this wall, Mr. Gorbachev. That a wall in a east in a Berlin that they used to have. Enough people don't know that used to have two Germany, East and West Germany. East Germany, that's way Russia and them control, because remember say Germany did attack Russia, and America, Russia and England and the other countries, them come together and them fight. They were fighting against the Japanese, the Italians and the Germans. So everybody now become friends. You understand? But America and Russia were never friends, because just different ideology. So during World War II now, the Russians, them hold on to Eastern Germany, and then them create the Berlin War, separate it, because a communist, them don't believe in a democracy, they don't believe in a, and Russia is still a communist state, same way. You know, pretend to be a democracy, in which Vladimir Putin, I don't know how that the man, all them, I saw it going in and wicked still doing, but the man the way all dead still, and them pretend like them not dead, but our evil brother, you don't know how the man they did on them sleep. The man they kill the amount of people, the man they kill for maintain power. But fame time are coming, and no evil, no last ever. So Reagan, as we tell you, say, just look it up and just try, Reagan, tell Gorbachev, say, Mr. Gorbachev, tear down this wall and attack the Berlin War, marking a defining moment in the battle against Soviet influence. Yet under Trump's leadership, the once fierce adversary found a more welcoming climate within the corridors of American power. Yeah, as I said, from 2016, and a whole heap of them got, some of them got, why the people, them, you see when people licky and patriotism, and just as seem like the PNP criminal organization supporters and people, them, I saw you can get to infiltrate them. That's why Baby Trump become the leader of the PNP criminal organization through licky. So the Russians, them spend money and them able to infiltrate the Republican Party. A whole heap of people got prison, and them still have ties with Russia same year. So the party of Reagan, the Republican Party, has seemingly turned a blind eye to these Russian ties, reminiscent of the same type of voters in Jamaica who remain loyal to the PNP LGBTQ+ criminal organization, despite its links to corruption and criminal elements. We don't say the other party them perfect, but we just show you about traitors. So Donald Trump's policies have directly hurt the same people who supported him. He raised taxes on the working class, stripped away a critical home tax rebate, and yet his base voters, including a surprising number of veterans, continue to support him. It's baffling that after showing a blatant disrespect to the sacrifice of American veterans, Trump still garnered nearly 50% of their vote. So a man, him never served in the military, and him call you a loser, and everything them the man believe in a transactional. The man go a D-Day parade and a be disrespect him call veterans and people dead losers, John McCain, the biggest American war hero, call him loser, and him not respect people who get captured. And this is a man who is the biggest coward, You understand the amount of time when him get deferred, him never serve in the military, and no family member of his. But yet, one time in America, if you don't have them kind of credentials, you couldn't accent to political power. But because this man echo all the things, and most white people that like to say publicly disrespect other people because of them color, them gravitate and hug him up. So I just saw it go, disrespect. But as we tell us, everything about me just defies logics. Make it make sense. So in my view, Trump continues to influence on his brazen attempt to overturn the democratic process, mark him as a traitor to American value. The fact that he still has the audacity to run for president again after inciting an insurrection and undermining the Constitution highlights a troubling double standard that favors him, simply because he's a wealthy white man. This reality underscores a painful truth about American policies, a truth that I, as someone who believes in equality and justice, cannot ignore. The Republican Party of today bears little resemblance of the party that once called for the dismantling of oppressive regimes and stood against tyranny. Instead, it has become a party that embraces lies, manipulates truths, and harbors racist undertones, all while claiming to stand for American greatness. I could never in good conscience cast my vote for a party that thrives on division, hates people of color, and betray the fundamental principle of humanity and justice. As long as I live, I will stand against this hypocrisy, fighting for a nation that honors truth, respect its people, and value of democracy over dictatorship. So when I make you listen now to a brother, a man interview Donald Trump, and you go, I tell you, say, it shows you say the man a real traitor, Donald Trump. What you mean? How much time him can kill you one time? That you understand what I'm saying? But you don't know, say, Some of them supporter them kind of wake up because some of them dead, some of them go to prison, but some of them still the doors and all, and you don't know how organic robot them and program them. I don't know how them reach a point, but most of them one thing with them, you know, them illiterates, can't read and write. Although them can't read and write, you know, the difference with them and black people, because it's black people why Donald Trump become president, you know, here or now. I will show you how black people stay. Black people don't like in time, you tell them the truth. So Hillary Clinton one time, her husband was president. Black people were the one that predominantly were the one that were committing most of the violent crime in America through drugs. But anyway, we'll make you listen to Donald Trump, then we'll come back to that and tell you why all them black people, them state, them now vote in a 2016 election. Them must spite, claim say they must spite Hillary Clinton and end up a spite themselves. That's how you have a Roe, what them turn over Roe versus Wade. Yeah, that you know, the abortion thing. And guess what? But I'm not even to believe it. Black community commute the most abortion in America. Black people, yeah. Because I saw them stay, them think, them open up them leg, and then after that, boy, them don't want the baby. Because whether or not you want to believe it, them killing more spitney, you know, baby, you know, black people in America. So Roe versus, it affect them more. So, we'll make you listen to Donald Trump, then we'll come back and tell you why America is at this juncture. When time Donald Trump become president, why that happened. Because black people, you know, them still, some of them are still dumb, you see me, because them still kill each other and then understand the power of unity and self-respect and self-love. You understand? So you watch, you listen, and you decide. For sure, this man is epitome of evil. This man is not a conscience, you know, Donald Trump. Men baby and them thing there. You understand? So you watch, you listen, and you decide.
In here, by the time, it was already here. Like, by the time you banned China,
nobody knew the extent. Nobody knew how contagious it was.
The question is, Mr. President, by June, we knew things looked bad. And, you know, the last time I was with you was the day before your Tulsa rally in the Oval. And, you know, you were saying big, huge crowd, it was indoors.
By the way,
these people, they listen to you.
Excuse me, Jeff.
Yeah.
We're in a 19,000 seat stadium. First of all, we had 12,000 people, not 6,000, which you reported and other people reported. But that speech was the highest rated speech in the history of Fox Television on Saturday night. And nobody says that.
I think you misunderstand me. I'm not criticizing your ability to draw a crowd. Are you kidding me? I've covered you for 5 years. You draw massive crowds, you get huge ratings. I'm asking about the public health. And I've covered you for a long time. I've gone to your rallies. I've talked to your people. They love you. They listen to you. They listen to every word you say. They hang on your every word. They don't listen to me or the media or Fauci. They think we're fake news. They want to get their advice from you. And so when they hear you say everything's under control, don't worry about wearing masks, I mean, these are people, many of them are older people,
What's
Mr.
your
President.
definition of control? Yeah. Under the
It's giving them a false sense of security.
I think it's under control.
How? 1,000 Americans are dying a day.
They are dying. That's true. And it is what it is. You know, there are those that say, you can test too much. You do know that.
Who says that?
Just read the manuals, read the books.
Manuals?
Read the
What
books.
manual?
Read the books.
What book?
What testing does wait a minute, let me explain. What testing does, it shows cases. It shows where there may be cases. We didn't even have a test. When I took over, we didn't even have a test. Now, in all fairness,
why would you have a test?
There was no test.
The virus didn't exist. How would you have a test?
I was going to say,
Okay. Yeah.
take a look at some of these charts.
I'd love to.
We're going to look.
Let's look.
And if you look at death,
Started to go up
here's
again.
one. Well, right here, the United States is lowest in numerous categories. We're lower than the world.
Lower than the
We're lower
world?
than
What is that?
Europe.
In what?
Look.
In what?
Take a look. Right here. Here's case death.
Oh, you're doing death as a proportion of cases. I'm talking about death as a proportion of population. That's where the US is really bad.
Well,
Much worse than South Korea, Germany, etc.
you can't do that.
It's been widely reported that the US has intelligence indicating that Russia paid bounties or offered to pay bounties to Taliban fighters to kill American soldiers. You had a phone call with Vladimir Putin on July 23rd. Did you bring up this issue?
No, that was a phone call to discuss other things, and frankly, that's an issue that many people said was fake news.
Who said it was fake news?
I think a lot of people. We discussed numerous things. We did not discuss that, no.
And you've never discussed it with him?
I have never discussed it with him. It never reached my desk. You know why? Because they didn't think it was intelligence, they didn't think it was real.
It was in your written brief, though. Do you read your written brief?
I do. I read a lot.
Really?
You know, I read a lot. I like to say I don't read. I read a lot.
Your daily
I
intelligence
comprehend
brief?
extraordinarily well, probably better than anybody that you've interviewed in a long time. I read a lot. I spend a lot of time at meetings. Usually it's once a day or at least 2 or 3 times a week intelligence.
Because this was apparently
talking about India, talking about with the problems with China.
John Nicholson, former head of forces in Afghanistan, said, and this is when he was working for you, that Russia is supplying weapons to the Taliban. Isn't that enough to challenge Putin over the killings of US soldiers?
We supplied weapons when they were fighting Russia too. You know, when they were fighting with the Taliban in Afghanistan.
It's a different era.
Well, I'm just saying, yes.
But does that? How does that
I'm just saying we did that too.
But how does that?
I don't know. I didn't ask Nicholson about that.
But you surely heard that, right? I mean, it's well known in the intelligence community that they're arming the Taliban, Russia.
I don't know. When you say arming, is
supplying
the Taliban
weapons.
paying?
Russia is supplying weapons and money to the Taliban.
I have heard that, but it's never reached my desk.
The US troop level in Afghanistan right now is roughly the same as it was when
you're wrong. No.
Mr. President, I'm sorry. We have to do...
Okay, are you ready?
No,
we'll be down in a very short... It's already planned.
Well, that's a different question.
We'll be down in a very short period of time to 8,000. Then we're going to be down to 4,000. We're negotiating right now. We've been there for 19 years. 19 years.
But if you just let me finish my question.
We'll be getting out.
I understand. When you came in, it was 8,800. You boosted to 14,000, and now you're back down to 8,500.
We're now...
My question to you...
4,000. I'll give you the exact... Very soon.
You told Fox News recently that you couldn't say whether you'd accept the results of the 2020 election. What does that actually look like as the sitting president? I mean, it's unprecedented. What would that actually look like?
Hillary Clinton never accepted them.
She conceded on them.
She still doesn't accept them, and she got
that's the important point.
easily.
That's the important point. She conceded on election night. Now, she grumbled about it and said all sorts of...
Grumbled? She wrote books about it.
She wrote books.
Don't use the word grumbled.
Fine, but...
She wrote books about it.
That's fine, but
I just got beaten easy.
I get it.
306 to 223.
I'm not disputing you beat Hillary Clinton. Listen, what I'm asking is you'll be the sitting president in the White House. What does that look like?
I'll tell you what it looks like.
Are you litigating?
Let me tell you what it looks like. So we have a new phenomena. It's called mail-in voting, where you send where a governor...
It's been here since the Civil War.
Absentee voting is okay. You have to apply. You have to go through a process.
You have to apply for mail-in.
Absentee voting is good. Look,
let's do concrete. Let's do concrete.
They're sending out
applications.
Millions of ballots.
No, they're not. It's applications. The Republican Party has an extremely well-funded vote-by-mail program. Your campaign puts out emails telling people to vote by mail.
Correct.
Your daughter-in-law, Lara Trump, she did robocalls in California saying it's safe and secure, mail-in voting.
Let me tell you, we have no choice.
That was an all-mail-in race.
Let me tell you, are you ready?
Yeah.
We have no choice, because right now we have many court cases that we're waiting.
Let's move to Portland. I'm sure you've seen the disturbing footage of people in fatigues beating the Navy veteran.
No.
Well,
here you go.
There.
The fake news.
It's not fake news. It's on video. Your own Justice Department and Homeland Security Inspector Generals.
Excuse me.
Your Inspector Generals are investigating unconstitutional...
You're trying now to blame law enforcement instead of anarchists. Instead of Antifa.
I'm not.
It's Antifa and anarchists that are causing the problems, not law enforcement.
This is from Rand Paul. Quote, "We cannot give up liberty for security. Local law enforcement can and should be handling these situations in our cities, but there is no place for federal troops or unidentified federal agents rounding people up at will." What is your response to Senator Paul?
First of all, these are Homeland Security people. They're securing a courthouse.
They're Border Patrol.
They're Homeland Security.
Elite units.
Border. Hopefully they have ice in there. Hopefully they have ice.
The serious concern is the reports of people being rounded up and not being told why they're being detained. That's what's being investigated.
Why?
Mr. President, the Inspectors Generals. The Inspectors Generals.
You know why they're being detained? Well,
there's an investigation. Do you support that investigation?
Well, I haven't seen the result yet.
But do you support the initiative of it?
No, I think that actually, I think Antifa should be investigated, not the law enforcement.
What does systemic racism mean to you?
I hope The answer to that question is no. Does anybody really answer that question accurately?
But what
Does
about not
anybody really
hope?
know?
What about analysis? What's your cold-hearted
I have
view?
seen where there is a difference, and I don't want there to be a difference. I don't like that there would be a difference. But with that being said,
Why do you think black men are
police have
2.5
killed
times?
white people
I know, but why do you think black
in a
men
larger number.
in
Police
context?
have killed white
But
people.
why do you think black men are 2.5 times more likely to be killed by police than white?
That I don't know, but
Why? Why do you
I
think
don't
that?
like it.
But you must have thought
Why?
about it.
I don't know why, but I don't like it. I do know this.
Does it speak to
that
something
police have
systemic?
killed many white people also.
But proportionally, what does it speak to?
It speaks to something, if that's the number, you're telling
is the
me a
number.
number. Okay, if that's the number, it speaks to something that to me is unacceptable.
And what do you do about it then?
Well, I think we've already done a lot of
you
things.
haven't.
I did more for the black community than anybody with the possible exception of Abraham Lincoln, whether you like it or not. People say, oh, that's
You really,
interesting.
you believe you did more than Lyndon Johnson, who passed the Civil
I think
Rights
I
Act?
did, yeah.
How?
Because I
How
got criminal
possibly did you
justice
do?
reform done. I got prison reform.
Lyndon Johnson.
I've done things, well,
He passed the Civil Rights Act.
how has it worked out? If you take a look at what Lyndon Johnson did.
You think the Civil Rights Act
How
was
has
a
it worked
mistake?
out? Because frankly, it took a long time, but for African Americans,
But you think
under
that was
my
a mistake?
administration, Jonathan, under my administration, African Americans were doing better than they had ever done in their
Yeah, so you're listening to, you have listened to the man Donald Trump. One thing with the man is egoistic and self-centered. One thing with the man still though, you have to give him credit. This man don't know what it means to tell the truth. Man, I don't know how much lie I spit in my mouth, but at the end of the day, it all depends on how the people them turn out in less than a month. November 5th, 2024. Because if they don't, the world is going to be in trouble. And I will tell you, Donald Trump's victory in 2016 presidential election was significantly influenced by the low voter turnout among black Americans. Many in the black community choose not to participate in the election. And a key factor behind this decision was their disillusionment. Them disillusioned with politicians who spoke hard truths. So this trend of disengagement had a far-reaching impact on elections outcome, ultimately paving the way for Trump's rise to power. Black people, stupid, dummy, them behavior. As to me, I come to this country, I have a chance to vote. I vote every election. As I said before, you can't get my vote for a Republican as long as me live. As much as the only thing with the Democrat that I don't support are them and them Rear Admiral thing. But as I say, once them not impose it and put it on me and them thing there, them free to do what them want to do. I don't business with a guy who have to sleep with. I feed them business that. But don't come tell me say up is down and down is up. No bother with that. You understand? As them say, I lesser of both evil. Yeah, so you can't escape that from them. So that's the thing with us now at the Jamaica Young Police Channel. When we say them lie, we can't tell you, even at one point in time and them thing there. We used to we don't call them Democrat, we call them Democrats, because them policy and them thing there, and when it come on to social issues. But you have to understand, say, even the same Supreme Court, they are the same one where gutted it, and guess what? Are just evil. You understand what I'm saying? Who did know that 400 years ago that this would happen in a world where the same white people them promote something that them used to hang people for, and it all boil down to money. So the people them who have money now, most of them are some freaky people. Them crazy. You understand? Because the same person supposed to. You understand what I'm saying? Because you don't know. It teach you even this simple science. It tell us that like poles repel and unlike poles attract. But them don't want you to do that and them things. So them I try a new form of social engineering. When I try to tell people to accept and get them desensitized. Me to all of them things. You can't desensitize me because I don't know what the difference between wrong and right. A good thing is that I came out of the military before all of them madness there normalized. And who did it? The black man. Them use the black man for doing it because I say in the day history. I go judge Barack Obama in a bad way. Well, I not want to believe it. Kamala Harris, because it's when people love power, you have to understand them people behind it. You know. Kamala Harris, although if she win the election, trust me, she'll be Africa's one of Africa's biggest enemy. Because them not respect we as people, you know, black people, you know. Them expect that we supposed to be them children. We and them not related. But yet still, you know, guess who them now play with? Them now play with the Arab them. Because the Arab them don't want to get rich or anything like that. They will burn down, the Arab them will burn down the world if you try to impose your rear admiral thing upon them. Although, enough of them culture, the first time most of them in them have any form of sexual encounter, it was another man. I mean, also most of you never know that. If you have listened to the channel from the get-go, you don't learn even think about that. Most Muslim, Islam people in the Middle East, the first time a boy have any form of sexual encounter is with another man. That's part of them culture. And this is it now, all them do it. All them will say you're a rear admiral and they will kill you. If you are right, letter now, love letter and all of them things, they are say you're in love with the other man. At them time, you know, them say you're a rear admiral. So your first encounter, that's not making a rear admiral. So I say make it make sense to me. Yeah, so when I learned that about that culture in the Arab world was when I was about to deploy for Iraq, and you know we've been trained with them because these are people at the time, you know, them are people in the military in Iraq. Them are dead like rice grain. That was before. That was at the time we have 2 wars, Iraq and Afghanistan. Same group of people them, and you know the people now wear you know suicide vests and all kind of things. So you as a person who go over there, them teach about you know the customs and their culture. And when the Iraqi them, you know, part of the, you know, I train about them culture. That part, when them tell me, I was shocked. When them tell me, you understand what I'm saying? Even for them culture, the camel is more respected than the woman. The woman, yeah, camel, I tell you, are some weird people them, but anyway, moving on. Yeah, so as we tell you before, so looking back to the 1990s, American cities were engulfed by the crack and cocaine epidemic, which devastated black communities across the country. So that's why we tell us that people sell coke are evil. Yeah, because if you look on it, coke is not victimless crime. It's a drug that destroys lives, family, communities. And during this time, the surge in crime led to lawmakers to enact strict laws aimed at curbing the violence that had gripped the nation. And that's how many Jamaicans start get deported. Because them did have green cards, so them go to jail. Them just visit jail yeah, like a job. Then go to jail today, tomorrow then go back to jail. So then go in there, so then get bail. So that's how them pass the law them now and start deport them in the early 1990s because I whole heap of murder and all of them things. And then the Jamaican them impart this culture now. No snitch and fix. You snitch, you must get stitches. Snitches get stitches, and so the same informer, no informing them bring to America and damage the black community. Because if you go and look on the channel, on this channel, there's a thing about the Gullyman posse from Jamaica, a PMP LGBTQ plus criminal organization gang from East Kingston, where them illegal aliens, you know, in America, you know, and kill a white man and take over all a building, you know, for nearly 10 years. It's on the channel, and that was the first time a Prime Minister of Jamaica was on an investigation by the FBI with a chance of arresting and charging him with drug dealer and criminality. Michael, man, it's on the channel. And in that Patreon if you want to hear that. Who have years to years and want to learn. We know some people don't want to learn and them things. And them just come because of entertainment. But it's not an entertainment channel. So many young people, particularly black men, were committing violent crimes, including murder, that terrorized neighborhoods, even in the heart of Washington, D.C. So in response to this crisis, these young offenders were often charged as adults, reflecting the severity of the threat they pose. So Hillary Clinton, in her attempt to address the violence, at the time she was the First Lady of America, and its impact on society, referred to these perpetrators as super predators. a term that was later used against her when she ran for president. Some educated but criminal-minded individuals in the black community seasoned the statement, weaponizing it to derail Clinton's campaign. They interpreted her words as an attack on black youth, ignoring the context of the era in which the statement was made, where fear and desperation gripped communities across America. By choosing not to vote for Clinton, they inadvertently handed the presidency to Donald Trump, a man whose intentions and values were far from detrimental to their interests. This decision not to vote had long-lasting consequences. Once Trump assumed office, he wasted no time in revealing his true nature: corrupt, unethical, and fundamentally dishonest. From day one, he sought to normalize lies, manipulating facts and promoting falsehoods to mislead the American public. His disregard for decency and truth was evident as he twisted the values that many hold dear. So in wake of this realization, many in the black community came to the understanding the gravity of their mistake in staying away from the polls. As Trump's presidency unfolded and his actions further erode the principles of justice and equality, black voters rallied in subsequent elections, making sure their voice were heard. They turned out in record numbers to ensure that the Republican Party, led by Donald Trump, faced a minority position in government. So from Donald Trump come to the office, they make certain that every election the Republican them lose. The reason why they are in charge of Congress now, and not because they are popular, is because of gerrymandering. People have sense, and because the more educated people, the more them can think. But so the Republican Party is a cult. People, but I show you them dumb. Alright, politician where I run and I say, boy, Democrat, because normally Democrat, we tell them, say, boy, they want to increase the minimum wage. The minimum wage in America I run at $7.25. So they want to increase it to like $20 or thereabouts. In a blue state, them people I get like $20 per hour. In a red state, them still I get the $7.25 minimum wage. That can't really take care of you and them thing then. And guess what? The Republican will tell them, say, any of them get higher wage minimum pay, the company them go out of business. And the dummy them still do that. In which the people them make a record profit. But because most of them can't read, them can't compete for job. So them eat if you know say people, especially my immigrants that come out of this country, they're better than most of them. If you I tell you have a state one here in West Virginia, North and South Carolina, some white people that live there in some condition where that even people at Jamaica live like that. White people. I tell you, they don't have electricity, they don't have washing machine, they have it. Trust me, if you see it, you won't believe. They have pit latrine in America. White people. And one thing with them, election, they will vote for the Republican Party. And look how they treat them. Them get the worst treatment in America. Black people, we live in a city, them and them live better than them. And them white. But them don't care about themselves. Them, because them hate black people and anything when they look like them. So them vote against them action. Them vote for party. Just like how the PNP criminal organization people them. Because they don't value education. Most of them can't read. A majority of them can't read. If I like, just look. We're going to post a link to, when I put the name Crooks and Liar, you hear some things, you're unbelievable. But we're going to find some things to and post them for you. For show you all them still like the PNP criminal organization. But I tell you that. Yeah, so the impact of the political awakening among black voters is clear. Yet the consequences of their earlier disengagement continue to reverberate. Under Trump's influence, the U.S. Supreme Court has gutted vital protections such as Civil Rights Act and has dismantled affirmative action policies that help leveling the playing field for black Americans in college admission. So in a long run, when them think they must spite Hillary Clinton, and them sell them a spite because they are the one that get all of the stick. Because Hillary Clinton white and all of your grandchildren them white. So it don't affect them. I've seen black people when they turn up at them it affect. So them not just dummy them. Because them not like to hear the truth, so you have to lie to them. You tell them, say, yeah man, you're a criminal, a good thing. How that? You can't do that. Because you commit crime and them things, when you commit crime is not victimless. Because you hurt other people. But them want you, them to kill people, and them, they want to forget them, they want to account for them. Then they want to form accountability for them action. You understand? So, as we tell you, perhaps the most devastating, the court's decision to overturn Roe versus Wade has dealt a severe blow to reproductive right, disproportionately affecting black women who have historically faced the highest rates of abortion due to systemic inequalities in healthcare and socio-economic challenges. So this is it now with the black American. I don't understand them. Oh, you open up your legs, you know, use a form of protection and you get pregnant, then you want abortion. That no make sense. Trust me. A majority of black women them were in America, well, some of them have abortion. Because them get pregnant. Because one thing with them, they don't want to pick, and you see black man, them verse. Most of the black men in America used to ride bicycle. But I think so them ride bicycle because they want to ride it. Them ride it because them can't, them driver's license suspended because them have child support and them thing. So they so for them means a transportation a bicycle. So no matter if you say a culture them thing that you understand. Because one thing with the black American them in America, as the woman then get pregnant and have a pitney. As the pitney born, so then go to court and file child support. And that go up on your credit report and mash you up. You must think America's system are a nice system. So if you would have been on child support, give thanks so that you understand. So that means say you're responsible. Because the woman them use the pitney as weapon and mash you up. Because guess what? Before you work, before you get your pay, I pick the money, a child support money come out of your pay first. Never experience them thing because you understand, responsible. So now as Trump eyes another potential term in office, the stakes could not be higher. The Supreme Court's action seemingly favorable to Trump's agenda raised the terrifying possibility of a man who behaved more like a king than a president. Should he win again, the repercussion could be catastrophic. Not only for the United States of America, but the entire world, including Ukraine. Yeah, because right now, them leak some evidence now, showing that the man, he might communicate with Vladimir Putin. But him not understand, say America, the system bigger than him, because although him feel say him attack and them no know. America still, because them know say him a traitor. So yeah, next week it'll come out to show you say him a traitor. That's what I was telling you, just like our baby Trump is not a Jamaican by birth. And him just take over PNP criminal organization. Same thing with Trump. Trump and a Republican and a Democrat. And him take it over. From, you understand? The man just switch. And, hey, may I tell you, say, I never seen nothing like that yet. The man a Democrat right through him life. I'm saying the reason why I'm a Democrat. Because I know say I'm living in a democratic system. Same use them. But all along him say I'm a Republican because I'm a racist. Yeah, you understand? So Donald Trump represents the epitome of corruption and manipulation, wielding power in ways that undermine democracy and the fundamental rights of millions. So it's crucial to understand that elections have far-reaching consequences. Black Americans who choose not to vote in 2016 must now grapple with the reality that their decision had lasting impact on civil rights, access to education, and women's autonomy. So the notion that black people do not love those who speak the truth is a stark reminder of the danger in avoiding uncomfortable realities. It is a lesson in the importance of voting, not just for today, but for generations that follow. The fight against a leader like Donald Trump requires confronting these truths head on and standing firm against the lies and deception that have threatened to undo decades of progress. So Donald Trump is the epitome of evil, just like baby Trump in a PNP LGBTQ plus criminal organization. Black people have to come out and make sure them vote. Because if they don't vote, yeah man, you don't know enough. I've done enough for black people in America. So have yourself a beautiful day. Jamaica Young Police Channel out.